Hi, artists. Happy sixth week of school. We are in week October 12th through 14th, so that means we only have school Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this week. I wanted to take a chance to go over the folder just in case some of you can't make the synchronous this week, including my Thursday classes. So I am publishing this folder on Monday for everybody, so you should be able to see it. I just want to take a minute to go through it. So there's three things in here that I want you to look at. The first thing is the video. That's what you're watching right now, so you already clicked on the right thing. The second thing is our introduction to our next project, which is about linear perspective. And there's two things in here. So remember, our chunk is what we're learning, and our chew is what we're doing. So the chunk says, look at the introduction to linear perspective slides, and then what you're going to do after that is post your ideas in the discussion post. And then where it says explore independently, that's going to be your question that you're answering in the discussion. But first, let's follow the first instruction, which is to look at the introduction to linear perspective slides. So it says building perspective, 1-point and 2-point linear perspective drawings. So you're going to go ahead and click through this. It talks about what perspective is. There are videos you need to watch. So there's three little short videos. They're about 30 seconds long, and they talk about which type of perspective. So 1-point, 2-point, and color perspective, which is also known as atmospheric perspective. Then you're going to go and kind of challenge yourself and see if you can identify what perspective each example is in. Then at the end of this, there is another video. But what I want you to do for this week is just start brainstorming. Start thinking of a place that's significant to your life. It could be in Minnesota. It could be out of the state. Maybe you're not from here. It could be a landmark anywhere in the world, or it could be several buildings or landmarks that you're using as inspiration and you're kind of creating your own building. So eventually next week, we're going to start practicing linear perspective, and you're going to choose if you want to do 1-point or 2-point. So this is just really planting a seed this week to get us thinking about it. So after you've done this, what it asks us, if you go back to explore independently, it says, after looking at the slides, brainstorm a building or location that inspires you and type it in the discussion post. And remember that this is an idea. You can change it. Just because you post something doesn't mean you're committed to actually drawing it or doing that for your project. So you go ahead and write a comment to get your credit for the week. The next thing is a distance learning art feedback survey. I've been having a lot of students really struggle to complete assignments, so I would like to take a moment to kind of reflect and breathe and see how everybody's doing. So take a moment to reflect on how distance learning is going for art class. Answer questions as honestly and best as you can. The information used will help guide future assignments and lessons. And I just want to thank you in advance for taking this, because this really helps me as a teacher. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong or what I can improve on unless students tell me. It does ask for your email address. That's just because if you do have a specific concern, then I can get back to you later, because I do want to look at the data from this survey. But it asks you, have you been attending Google Meets? Have you been completing assigned work? Are the assignments in Schoology arranged in a way you can follow and understand? How many hours do you spend on working on art? How do you feel about the work assigned each week? Compared to other classes, art has more or less work assigned each week. You find Google Meets informative and worth attending. You can complete art assignments without the help of a teacher or parent. And then the last two are actually your answer, so they're opinion questions. It just asks, is there anything you want me to know? How are you feeling about class? Any needs you have, go ahead and type that in. And then also, do you have any suggestions on how to improve distance learning in art class? So take your time to take that survey. That's really, really important that I get some information from that. And then we can go from there. If you are missing some things, keep in mind that we have our first, second, third, and fourth week will now be marked missing if you haven't turned anything in. And remember, if something's marked missing, that's just to flag your attention so that you know what you have to do. It doesn't mean you can't turn it in. I do accept late work, so please don't be discouraged if you have anything missing. And if you want to meet with me during office hours, remember I'm available between 1:30 and 3 every day. I also can schedule time with you in the evening depending on your schedule if that works for you. But just email me if you need help. I'm here to help you. Have a good week, everybody.